Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Wednesday the 14th, also known as Valentine's Day. Got up this morning, fairly normal time frame, and nothing really major going on. I'd given my wife a couple gifts last night. I kind of put them on the bathroom sink for her, telling her, Valentine's Day gifts for tomorrow, kind of thing, so she could open them up whenever she wanted to. So went ahead, and from there, she got up. I headed out, got the dogs out, did a few things with them. Did not jump in the hot tub this morning, so I had somewhere I wanted to go. So I got the dog all figured out, and then wife opened it up, and I got her a fake orchid, but it has LED lights in it, and it's a little bit cheesier than I thought it was going to be, but it is what it is. It was fairly cheap, so I wasn't really too upset about it, the whole thing, but overall it wasn't quite as nice as I'd hoped it was going to be. The other one is a pop-up card that you open up, and it becomes like a bouquet of orchids, and also is like a pot, like stand and stuff. Like it's all like included in the card thing. So, and I didn't know if she was taking that to work or if she was keeping it and stuff. And I said, hey, if you want to give one of these, whatever, to someone else, you want to pass it on, coworker or something, whatever kind of things. I know there's some women in her life that recently widowed kind of thing and stuff, no husband there kind of deal. It's like, oh, she wanted to pass it on. I didn't really, go into it. It's like, if you have somebody else you think would enjoy this more than you are, feel free to give it away. Not a big deal. So went ahead from there. She headed off to work. I took off, waited till she was gone, and then headed out. There's a flea market / farmers market that they do at the Volusia County Fairgrounds every Wednesday. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to get out there because I had a dog that comes on Mondays and Wednesdays for daycare, and the time frame they get dropped off, I was like, okay, because the dog I've got here, I don't let them play together much because I'm afraid that the old dog will get stepped on by the Rottweiler. So I was kind of not sure how I was going to do the time frame. So my thought was actually I was going to probably just grab my little cart and take the old dog with me, because I see people out there with their dogs in carts, and you're not supposed to have them there, but a lot of the gates nobody really checks. And my plan was to go get the stuff I needed and get out of there real quick, so it wasn't going to be like I was wandering all around, giving a lot of time. So, but headed out that way. Didn't have to worry about it because that dog wasn't coming today. He passed away on Monday, so kind of I guess it worked out that part of it, but it still sucks that the dog's gone. So that was kind of my mindset was a little bit messed up there. So I headed out there. There's a few different people that sell plants there that I buy from off and on. One lady I used to buy orchids from all the time. She was the one I went to, and then she out of nowhere just like tripled her prices on all of her flowers, and some were more than that. Like her cheap flower used to be X, now it's 3 times that. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. And then her expensive stuff, she's at least doubled on. I understand cost goes up and that stuff happens, but there was another lady who started selling there also recently, like right about that same time frame, who was now selling them for like $1 less for the cheap ones. And if I bought a bunch, would even give me like another $1 off that. So if I bought like 12, I would save another $12, and I was already saving $12. Even if I'm $24 off, I'm saving $2 per flower, and now I'm saving 3 times that, kind of thing. So because those went up 3 times in price. So definitely was excited about going out there once that new lady started carrying stuff, and I'm assuming they're getting them from the same locations. I don't know, because I don't think these ladies are growing them themselves, because that's a major operation. So went ahead, head out there, and only had the lady that had the expensive flowers there that had orchids. Nobody else had any orchids. Literally wasn't there at all. I was like, damn it, that sucks. So it is what it is. So ended up just buying one very pretty small little orchid I bought for my wife, and paid more than I should have for it, but she's worth it. So got her a real orchid. Also in the process, I ended up buying myself a little cactus from a couple who I think they're fairly new into it, and they're just kind of getting into the whole propagating succulents kind of thing. So we chatted a little bit, and I had a little more time to kill because I didn't have to race back home to meet the dog. So I was able to spend a little more time. So I kind of wandered up and down a few of the aisles. It's a pretty big flea market / yard sale / farmers market, whatever you want to call it. And there's a bunch of produce stuff over there, all kinds of fresh vegetables and fruits and all kinds of stuff. But that doesn't usually, not what I'm shopping for most of the time out here. So didn't find anything else I wanted. There were some Beatles books, very nice Beatles books that I was thinking in my head if they were $5-8 a piece maybe, I might have bought them for my father-in-law and just hope he didn't have them. And because I know he's still not awake yet, so I can't call him and ask if he has these books. And the guy told me they're like $30. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not paying that for books that he may already own. So definitely, yeah, not my thing. So went ahead and said, okay, cool, no big deal. And then grabbed my couple plants and headed back home. So got what I got back to the house, dropped them off. Went ahead and replanted the cactus into a bamboo plant hanger pot looking thing my wife bought me for Christmas last year. I think it was last year, maybe a year before. It was last year, but she bought it and then hid it from me like in the cold garage or whatever, and it got way cold and no light and everything died. So I don't know how much she paid for it. I don't think she paid very much for it, but then I put some other succulents in it, and I don't know if it doesn't have good enough drainage or what's going on, but they didn't live. So the succulents I'd had alive for a few weeks killed off. So I'm gonna try and keep a better eye on these. And I think what I might have to do is go and add some more drainage holes to it and see what's going on. I don't know. So we'll see. I gotta give it some ideas and try and make sure that it is able to hopefully keep this alive. It's a pretty cool little cactus. It was cheap, so not really the end of the world if it doesn't make it, but it is what it is there. So got back to the house, got that all done, got that repotted, played with the dog some and that, hung out with her and whatnot. It was pretty simple, nothing major really going on. I did go ahead and also I was like, okay, I figured out my bolt thing. I got trying to figure out the bolts that the previous mechanic had tried to put in my car were completely wrong, and like the one had broke off and he's putting the wrong size threads into it. Turns out there's the 5/16 bolt, but there's a ton of different threads for it. So went ahead and headed over to a local neighbor's shop that works on cars, and thought I'd stop by him, see if he had any bolts laying around that I could test fit with, kind of thing, and whatnot, if he knew what size I actually needed. And his garage door was open, so I stopped in there. I was on the motorcycle but nobody in the garage, and I don't know the guy well enough to go like knock on his door and be like bugging him kind of thing. So just went ahead and headed back out, and then from there drove on over. I was heading over to the hardware store to check and see what they had, or even the Daytona Nut and Bolt company, both. And I thought, well, there's one other shop I know, the guy works on hot rods and builds hot rods and stuff in his garage himself. Maybe he might be able to answer my questions. So I rolled up in there. I've talked to them guys before, and there's a couple guys sitting out at the edge of the garage door, and we chatted a little bit and told them what I was up to. I was looking for information. So we went to start trying to find the right answer, and he has like a little bolt thread unit. Basically has every size nut and bolt thread out there. And he's like, this, yes, yes, but that's not the bolt I have. This is the bolt I have, but it's not the one I need. I need a different size bolt. I don't know exactly what it is. So he started chasing around, and he had an old water pump off an old big block in there also. So we dug it out and then realized it didn't fit. So he started putting tap and dies into it, trying to figure out the tap set, which bolt thread it is and stuff. We're like, man, it feels like it's cutting hard. Like it shouldn't be cutting hard and stuff. The other guy back and forth. Turns out to be a 5/16 24 thread. And the bolts they put in are 5/16 18-inch thread. It's 18 threads per inch. I need 24 threads per inch. So it's a finer thread, a bolt. So it's a fairly oddball bolt. And I also need it in a taper head to fit down in the aluminum pulley. Why they thought they needed to have that, I don't know. I know they think it probably makes it look cooler, but if you're gonna give me such a weird ass pulley when you put that kit together, please, for God's sake, just give me the bolts too. Like, I'll pay the extra $8 or whatever it's gonna cost for these 4 bolts. Just include them. It's just dumb. Paying $80 for a stupid piece of aluminum that I now have to go out and try and source bolts for. It's just a pain in the butt. So, but also got to get tap and die to remove the broke off bolt in there also. And there's a lot of me just looking at this going, damn, I should go buy a new water pump and start over. But I know the water pump will come without the bolt anyway, so won't make a damn bit of difference. So yeah, there's that. So went ahead, at least have some knowledge that we're 5/16 24 thread. I learned that from those guys. We talked about their car. He built a rear engine transverse mounted hot rod he was working on last time I was there. It's finished up now, so it's kind of cool. We talked and chatted about it and how it turned out and whatnot and whatever, and had a good little car conversations with old men, which is, I don't know, I enjoy it. It seems to be fun. So got that knocked out, had a good time with it. So yeah, from there, pretty much same old. Got back to the house, hung out with the dogs again. The little one, I left him in the living room, but the big Rottweiler out back, she wanted to be outside, didn't want to come in. So when I was out running around looking for parts, that's where they were at. got back, let them all play together, got him back outside, brought the Rottweiler in because I just don't quite trust them for interacting together per se. So yeah, overall went good there. The owners went ahead and came pick the dog back up. It was just a daycare visit, first time visit, and they asked me if I'd be willing to watch the dog again coming up in like 2 weeks or whatever it was and whatnot. And I told them to get the exact dates because they're not exactly sure what they're going to do and what time to pick up, but they want me to pick the dog up and possibly drop it off both. So they got grandkids in town and they're wanting to spend as much time as possible with them, which I understand completely. They don't want to lose the hour plus driving the dog over, drop it off, drive it back, because they're 2 hours away from their grandkids. So it's worth the extra $50 to them for that process. So but yeah, we'll see how that works out, and if that actually happens or not, who knows. We'll go from there and see. But from that, wife got home from work. We ended up having steaks, which I ended up sous videing my steaks, and then I grilled up some onions and then pan seared them off, put a nice little caramelization on the steak, and got a nice little crust on it, which my wife really likes the crust. So got a good little crust on it, watched a little bit of Wentworth, knocked out our Valentine's Day steaks, and had a good time. And then we basically chatting and talking and stuff and whatnot, and then went ahead and headed back outside, enjoyed my cigar, and hung out with the Roddy. And then finally it was time to head in, watched a little bit of TV in the bedroom, and ate a little bit of my Twizzlers. So opened up one of the drawers in the bathroom after I got a shower and found a bag of Twizzlers. My wife had given me a bag of Twizzlers for Valentine's Day, and that was my gift. So worked out well. Enjoyed my Valentine's Day gift and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.